And then there were the ads. So I think the most indicative ad of where we are culturally is the Bud Light ad. So Bud Light has been apologizing for nigh on 2 years for having Dylan Mulvaney on a can, for basically deciding to wipe out its entire brand equity by having a man pretending to be a woman as an influencer for Bud Light. And Bud Light got clocked so hard it destroyed the brand. Well, now the way that they have come up with to reinvigorate their brand is to go as bro as humanly possible. They're just going to do like man stuff. So they're going to go get Shane Gillis to be in a commercial with Post Malone about a cul-de-sac party involving Peyton Manning. That is Bud Light's idea of how to buy it back. And again, there's no question they're trying to buy it back here. There's no doubt. So many of these brands steered directly into the woke, and it didn't work for them. It actually backlashed on them. And now they're all trying to buy it back. Bud Light is a great indicator of how this is going.
You gonna go fishing tomorrow?
I got a colonoscopy tomorrow.
Fellas, I accidentally threw a lame party.
Okay, Ted.
They're on their way. They're here.
Ooh. You call this a party?
Cul-de-sac party.
Launch. These beers are a metaphor for an invitation.
Is that our leaf blower? Party at sec.
You are cordially invited.
They're playing Huey Lewis in the news. Come on.
This is incredible.
Your mower smokes meat?
Oh, a smoker cuts grass.
Hell yeah.
I spent most of my money on this.
New rig?
Fully custom.
How many Bud Lights can you fit in that puppy?
As many Bud Lights as it takes.
A lot of Bud Lights. This cul-de-sac's popping.
Bill, get off the boat. The HOA's already breathing down my neck.
And this is corporate America. Nature is healing. Nature is healing. Now, that didn't mean that all the ads understood the assignment. So, for example, Nike did an ad for women. And again, this sort of like ridiculous, over-the-top feminist crap where it's like, oh, all of America thinks women can't succeed. America is pushing women down. Oh, it's so terrible. They feature a bunch of female athletes who are defying stereotypes, doing things people, particularly men, tell them they can't do. Oh, well, it felt really bored and it felt really tired. But there's one thing that is unique about this Women for Nike ad. 2 years ago, there'd be a bunch of dudes in it. There'd be a bunch of trans dudes. Leah Thomas would have been in this ad 2 years ago. Now it's a bunch of actual, human women. So here was the ridiculous Nike ad. By the way, I was watching this game with a couple of my kids, with a couple of my nieces. So we had like 3 girls between the ages of 10 and 13 in the room. They laughed out loud at this ad. They thought it was so stupid. Seriously. Because the entire idea that they're telling you not to do, so do it. The girls were like, what? Here we go.
You can't be emotional, so be emotional. You can't take credit. You can't speak up. You can't be so ambitious. You can't break records. You can't have any fun. You can't make demands. Can't be proud. You can't keep score. You can't stand out. Whatever you do, you can't win.
Oh, man.
So win.
Yes, clearly women are victims and put upon. My daughter and my nieces, they were saying these slogans like, they tell you you can't win, so win. They're like, they tell you can't stick your head directly in the toilet bowl, so stick your head directly in such stupid nonsense. We'll get to more on this in a moment. First, it's often said that freedom isn't free, and that's true. Freedom, of course, has to be defended. What isn't said enough is that online freedom isn't free either. It too has to be defended, not by military force, but by a certain technological force, encryption. Strong encryption can protect your right to privacy online and defend you from hackers. So how do you get this encryption? With ExpressVPN. Internet providers track and sell your data. Hackers prey on public Wi-Fi. But with ExpressVPN, their powerful encryption reroutes 100% of your online activity through secure servers, making your data invisible to prying eyes. I've been using ExpressVPN for literally years. I don't feel like anybody else should have access to my data, my texts, my emails, anything like that. Don't take my word for it. They invited the world's top auditors, PwC, KPMG, to verify their revolutionary trusted server technology. It's the only system that physically cannot store your data because it runs entirely on volatile memory. While other companies profit from invading your privacy, ExpressVPN goes the extra mile to protect it. Take back control of your digital life. Find out how you can get 4 months free by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in the description box below, or by going to expressvpn.com/Ben Shapiro Show. That wasn't the only stupid nonsense. The NFL also, in an attempt to reach out to you want to talk about a bunch of marketing geniuses who do not understand women? Women are not watching football because women want to play football. Women are watching football because Taylor Swift is on the TV and it's a cultural event. That's why women are watching the Super Bowl, because it's a giant cultural event. They're not interested in women playing football. In fact, there would be little worse to watch than women playing football. But the NFL did an ad that was supposed to be based on a bunch of high school movies where a black high school girl is apparently better at football than all the boys. Just ridiculous.
Let's settle this once and for all. Your best guy?
Girl.
Whatever. Versus our best guy. The Brad.
Oh, not the Brad. I'm Brad.
I can read.
And they're playing flag football. And this girl approaches the guy and she dekes him.
There you go. You got folded up, Brad.
He completely misses her.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
There she is. Now she's avoiding tackles by all the boys. Okay, now, in the real version of this commercial, and then it says, leave the past behind. And there she is playing female flag football. And apparently this is a sport that some people play, and there are fans in the stands. Let's make girls flag football a varsity sport in all 50 states. Yeah, man. Yeah, with packed stands. By the way, like the idea, why couldn't you just make that case without her playing against the guys? In real life, of course, the minute that a girl tries to play varsity football with any varsity high school boy, the pieces of her are in the 5th row of the stands. Like, that's just not the way human physiology works. But it's okay. The vast majority of the ads were, kind of benign or patriotic. And again, the general feeling was just a feeling of this is kind of normie comfort land. And that's fine. Then there was the halftime show. And my review of the halftime show, so Kendrick Lamar is a human. Kendrick Lamar is a human who hates another human named Drake. Apparently they have a feud. And Kendrick Lamar, because of this feud, put together a song called Not Like Us. This person has won a Pulitzer Prize. A Pulitzer Prize for Kendrick Lamar. Which, I gotta say, worst Pulitzer Prize since what, Rent? Like that is a bad Pulitzer Prize. And in this song, which is essentially a diss track about Drake liking underage people sexually, this is what was at the Super Bowl. And my basic Super Bowl halftime review is, actually, it's a beautiful voice and a beautiful accent. The only problem is I can't understand a word you're saying. But I just say this: good luck, live in peace. I have no idea what he was saying. I don't think anyone knew what he was saying unless you knew the song previously. There was no great dancing. There was no great music. It was about as meh as humanly possible. I suppose if you're a Kendrick Lamar fan, then this is your bag. But if you're not, if this is like your introduction to Kendrick Lamar, I'm just wondering why. Just why. Here we go.
Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the skull. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some hoe. Paul, extort, bully the fro. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to him
and now he's just
love,
walking around.
Just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one to get your hand
He's
down.
walking around and people are dancing in the background, kind of.
Now. Waka got a weird case, why I see around. Certified lover boy, certified. Wop, 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 wop. I'm on them tough. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably a minor.
Okay, so the entire stadium knew the lyrics because he's a very famous person, because Americans apparently have no taste musically. I know, I'm a musical snob. I like Bach, Beethoven. And I've said that rap is not a form of music before becoming a number one Billboard charting rap artist, because I said pretty much anybody could rap, and then I went out and proved it. But in any case, apparently that was a big deal because the lyric is that Drake was trying to strike a chord, A minor, right? Like, because A minor, because he has, and then he calls him a in the song. So, all right, I guess if that's your thing, congrats to you. I guess I'm getting old, or either that or I like good music. One of those two things. In any case, overall, a terrible Super Bowl game.
Are you tired of the lies and the twist of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.